Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax. Oh, hey, yeah. Review time. That's what I'm doing, right? Yes. You didn't see anything. Meter review. Cobra Kai. Netflix. So let's get into this. All right. You already know. If you've been here before, I give spoilers. Oh, yeah, I do. I am a spoiling son of a gun. So I'm going to let you know right now. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You have been warned. How can you not have fun with this series? All right. So the last one that I did through episode 5. Episode 5 ending up what we had watched at the time for Cobra Kai season 5, and we were already pumped and ready to keep going with this. Sometimes I wish I didn't have as much going on as I do so I can just focus on things like this, because I would rewatch this entire series from beginning to end just for the fun of it. So, I'm going to give a synopsis of 6 through 10. Then we're going to talk about the overall. It's not going to take very long, because basically you're looking at okay, let's see if I can go ahead and do this in the short version here. 2 schools combined to go ahead and make a super school on there that goes up against a mega school that has all the money to go ahead and do everything they want to out there. The problem is the guy with the, is doing the money school and everything, he's already screwed over the guy that put everything up there for this mega school and is now in prison. And so he's trying to get out of prison, but at the same time, he's got some people inside his moles over there to figure out what's going on in the mega school, while the people in the 2 schools combined into 1 school are actually trying to go ahead and pull everything together to make sure that this mega school does not go worldwide. Otherwise, everything ends. Wow, I did that much better than I thought. All right, so that being said, we're done. No, we're not. Key events. So, Danny LaRusso, he was giving up in 5. He basically said, look, I don't want to do this anymore. Everybody's getting hurt. Every time I try anything, nothing happens. I can't. And that's, trust me, we know how that feels. There's a lot of us out there that are like, man, there's just too much going on. I don't know what I'm going to do. This show is all about being hit with everything and still standing somehow, some way. This season shows how they keep standing. It's a full circle event. Love it. LaRusso is taken into one of the back rooms at the dojo that we have not been in. Oh, has it really been 30, 40 years? 40 years? I am not that old. Mr. Miyagi's room. And you talk about a throwback to the 80s. I mean, they even put the posters in there. They had, nostalgia upon nostalgia. Even drawings showing how he was going to train Danielson in wax on, wax off, paint the fence. He actually drew this stuff out and wrote it out, and it meant great. So Daniel is reminded that sometimes, no look for fight is the main thing, but sometimes you have to fight for that which is actually right out there. And not only is he reminded by that, he's reminded because a lot of people come to him and say, yeah, we're behind you. And then all of a sudden they say, well, we all are. And he's like, who's we? Goes outside. And sure enough, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do all together outside, ready to be trained. Awesome. Being able to see all of these characters that have been on opposite sides somewhere, somehow in this series, all of a sudden all on the same side. Now, there's still friction. There's still in there. They work that out, though, slowly, and mainly through the practices of one chosen. Chosen as a character. Again, I brought him up in the first one and said he should have been in the other stuff prior to. Of course, he wouldn't have fit. Perfect in this season. Such a strong, strong character that shows so much character development in here still throughout these last episodes on here as well. To the point where you're actually scared you're going to lose him. And again, I said spoiler alert, so you're warned on this one. I can go forward. I don't even know how to explain what all happens, but bad boy Mike Barnes is back, steals the limo that has them going out celebrating because Johnny's going to be a father again, and this time actually wants to be in the worst kind of way. And Mike Barnes steals this party limo and takes them out in the middle of nowhere and thinks that they're the ones who burned down his place, or it happened because of them or whatever. They explain it was because of Silver. He said, okay, I'm going to go whoop Silver's buttocks. And he said, all right, who's with me? And Chosen and Johnny are with him. Oh, by the way, did I mention Chosen, Johnny, and LaRusso are so damn drunk that they can barely walk, but they want to go fight Cobra Kai's best of best. Yeah, why not? So they jump in there. LaRusso's like, no, drunk as can be, but he's still got the wherewithal to say, this is a bad idea. So what does Mike Barnes do, being the bad boy? Well, he floors it and gets out of there and leaves LaRusso behind. They crash the gate going into Cobra Kai. They get in there, and of course, with all the security systems and the cameras and all, they know they're there. So they're waiting for him and go ahead and set up with the senseis that they have there to go ahead and start beating on. They're holding their own for the most part, which is great. And Johnny says he's got it with these guys for Chosen to go ahead and go after Silver, who tries to sneak off because, snake that he is. Snake. And that being said, Johnny's in there left alone, starts getting his... Oh, he gets his ass kicked. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's straight up that. And he's to the point where you think that he is about to be killed in this. And he gets punched or kicked, I can't remember which one it was, so hard that he gets the wind knocked out of him, gets thrown backwards, and the picture of the sonogram gets knocked out of there and lands on the floor, and he can see his... Everybody says you can see a baby in there. I never do, but there's like a peanut inside of a circle thing with a lot of white and black lines and stuff, and I don't know how to look at that thing. But anyway, he sees it. It triggers something in him. You see the absolute best this guy has ever given. He is a beast whenever you get between him and his family. Amazing. That being said, at the same time, Chosen is outside, and he's going one-on-one with Silver. Silver decided to pull a sword. Chosen's got his size. And they're going at it, and Silver cheats. What? He never cheats. Yeah, cheats. And ends up slashing Chosen in the back. Bad. Chosen lands backwards in the body of water where they're fighting. There's blood everywhere in the water, and that's where they leave that portion of it as Silver comes back in to the dojo. Now, all this is going on at the same time that the kids have decided to go ahead and go in and get the footage showing that Silver lied about Kreese being the one who beat up Stingray, because Stingray finally came forward because Stingray, all of us big guys that want to go ahead and get that set up there, I definitely, I'm going to get my inner Stingray going, get that bad boy. Oh, Stingray. I think that would look good. He comes up, does the right thing, says what he needs to say, gets them fired up to go ahead, and they got to break into the flagship dojo to go ahead and get the information off of that server that's in there. However, someone, anyway, someone leaked it out from within. A mole within their group leaked it out to Cobra Kai that they're going to be there. So all of Cobra Kai shows up to go ahead and stop them from doing this. No. Now, what they run into is the lesson that Chosen taught the kids in the very beginning is that if you go one-on-one with a snake, you will lose every single time. But because you're stronger together, you can withhold anything from them. Oh, yes, they definitely did. Awesome. The video gets downloaded to their system, and then uploaded to the YouTube server for Cobra Kai on their own server, by the way. Slap in the face. So they can see it in the dojo while it's going on, and the rest of Cobra Kai can see this. So when all's said and done, Silver comes in there and says, you know what? They're here in our dojo. They already knew what was going to be happening and everything. So how do we feel about this? We want to say nope. And they were supposed to say no mercy, and nothing came out. And he decided, all right, me and you, LaRusso, one-on-one. It's going to be this way all this time. This is how it's going to end. LaRusso goes up there. He didn't want to at first, but his wife was the main one who kind of gave him a push on the back and said, we're with you. Whatever you want to do, you do, but this needs to end. It's always been about good versus evil, but we saw a piece in there, season 3, I believe, something like that maybe, where Silver made a comment about LaRusso still had a little bit of Cobra Kai in him. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. But he used it the right way. So, when they're fighting, back in the movies, whenever Silver was teaching LaRusso how to fight and fight dirty, man can't stand, he can't fight. Take out that knee. Man can't breathe, he can't fight. Right in the chest. Man can't see, he can't fight. Pop! Right into the mirror. The mirror breaks all over him, falls down on the ground. He is beaten and done. Except that's not how they leave it. How they leave it is great, because all those wearing Cobra Kai merchandise that they freely gave to everybody that was there and all, started taking it all off, throwing it all on him, and I mean throwing it because they were pissed at him. Because he lied to them. Because he fixed the match with Tori and Sam. And because he fixed the match for the Takai. It's I'm working on it. It's there. The worldwide karate tournament, which is going to be in season 6. So I got to learn how to say that. Takai. It's right there. Because they have a spot in there to go ahead and show what they can do. Consequently, so does Cobra Kai still. How's that going to work? Who's going to be running Cobra Kai? Oh, that's because Sensei John Kreese broke out of prison, so we'll be seeing him again, I'm sure, in some fashion. And what role will Stingray be playing now? Yeah, I can pull that off. So that is season 5 in a nutshell right there. So much stuff going on, so much on there. You saw full circle whenever it started out. At the beginning of the series, whenever Johnny was like at his end, he had nowhere to go. One kick ruined his life. One kick threw his life in such a spiral that he had no way out of it. That in his mind, he thought one kick made it to where he could go absolutely nowhere. So by the end of this, it's no longer that. It's all about not looking at that kick that's in front of you, what's happening in front of you there, because that's behind you. It's what lays up ahead of that that's important. Some of these don't have life lessons that I review. This one, oh yeah. Watch it, enjoy it, love it, 5-star that son of a gun, and let me know what you think in the comments. This one was a little bit longer. This went over the entire season on here. And I will be doing previous seasons as well, so everybody will get very well caught up. So if you like this thing, let me know. The best way you can let me know, like, subscribe, and share. Certainly appreciate it. A very good night. Ah, what's in your watch list?